All right, man. Let's do it, man. All righty. Tyson Fury is one lying son of a gun. And these media people, dude, they just do not stop. See, I'm really happy that this is happening because we get to actually see what the infrastructure of boxing is. While you watch these people scramble to protect this liar, Tyson Fury. Listen to Tyson Fury. What's going on, Sean Isaacs? What do you think of all our shiny belts? It's too many of them, but I don't care really. I'm on today about Tyson Fury, man. I just watched that dude sit up and just lie, just bold-faced lie. Nobody that could have watched that dude talk thinks he was telling the truth. But we get to see how boxing is set up and how these guys will just sit up and just tell any old story that they get put in front of them. I saw Fat Man Dan Rayfield on IFL TV. Like, man, you guys will do all of these reports and all of this stuff, but none of you guys are looking at those gloves at all. All you're saying is that it doesn't make sense. Oh, no, what excuses? This is just a big mess. Dude, it's only a mess because you guys are liars. That's the only reason there's a mess. The mess is that you see right there, you see it on the tape, but you won't do anything about it. That's the mess, Dan Rayfield. That's the mess. The mess that you media people create when you just absolutely ignore what is clearly in people's faces. None of you guys led with anything related to these stories. None of you have. But you have to keep doing stories and stories and stories about it, responding to it, because people believe it. You are not tricking anybody, man. Tyson Fury dropped out of that fight because he got caught cheating, and his manager has a bigger fight for him in the Middle East, and that's it. We'll go into detail about why you know he's lying. And the fight, he said he accepted. Man, let's get my man Nuke Juice in the building. Man, what's good? He said, for our future black attorneys, thank you very much, man. I appreciate that, man. I really do. Thank you very, very much, man. And we definitely going to make it work. We definitely going to make it work for that. What's going on, Braveheart Spartan in the building? Terrence Chavis in the building. What's going on? He said, please, no excuses for Devin Haney today. Hey, man, you got to fight Gary Russell Jr. Gary Russell Jr. just talked all kind of sideways. And I'm not Gary Russell Jr., so you cannot blame me for things that come out of Gary Russell Jr.'s mouth, okay? Don't get warmed up to hate on me because something Gary Russell Jr. said. He wasn't on my channel when he said it, so don't get hot at me. However, he did let some flames fly, and that's just what it is. And it's reasonable for him to do so because he is a world-class fighter, man. and he ain't buying it. And he ain't buying it. But see, the Gary Russell Jr. thing is like the black version of Tyson Fury. It's the black version of Tyson Fury. Like, you all know ain't nobody trying to fight Gary Russell Jr., but you act like people are. You act like ain't nobody like, oh, he's just ducking everybody. He's cap. He's this, he's that. Dude, he ain't ducking nobody. And y'all know he ain't ducking nobody. But you just act like he ain't like he's ducking everybody. Like, dude, that's the thing about boxing, man. It's like, hey, man, you guys can like it or love it, but I guess I'll always have something to talk about because you dudes around here, man, pulling out Fat Dan of all people. Much love in that super chat, Nuke Juice. Pulling out Fat Dan of all people, man. What's going on? Quaz MQK. What's going on, man? UK stand up. Shout out to the UK, man. And it's good to know that not all you UK peoples believe this horse shit. Like, you guys are running these full-fledged press trying to save Tyson Fury. I dare anybody to listen to Tyson Fury's interview on Garth Davies' channel, but just watch it without the volume. Watch it without the volume. He looks like he's on coke. He can't keep. Dude, he is lying, dude. The dude just looks. He's just lying. There's no way that you could put that dude in front of people and they look at him in his face and not say, "Why are you fidgeting so much, man? Why are you fidgeting so much? Why is there no bass in your voice?" And again, why Why have you not denied it yet? I might sue Deontay Wilder. I might sue him one day. You know, if I was a different kind of guy, I'd sue him for defamation. Yeah, if you were, you're right. If you were a different type of guy, you would sue Deontay Wilder for defamation. Like a man that didn't do it. You would have to be literally somebody other than Tyson Fury to sue him for defamation because you did it. Because you did it. Because if you could, you would sue him. Get up out of here, dog. If you had any chance of suing that dude for defamation, you'd sue him. But I'm going to stand on my principles. You ain't got no principles, you cheater. You liar. You're a cheater. These people covering for you ain't doing a good job because they don't believe it. They're there getting paid. How much did you pay that Fat Dan to get on IFL TV for that interview? How much did Fat Dan get paid for that interview to say it's been a mess from the beginning? And so he can use his American accent. So it ain't just you, but you're going to use basically a disgraced news writer that got fired from ESPN. Or did he get released from his contract when they found out, at least this is what it seems like to me, when they, after reports came out that that Eddie Hearn was paying for his hotel rooms. But now he's not with ESPN anymore, and he's a free agent, but ain't nobody going to be paying him, right? Dude, Fat Dan got to eat, okay? Fat Dan got to eat, and that shit costs a lot of money, dog. You see the calorie intake that motherfucker got, okay? So don't be telling me this dude ain't getting paid for this nonsense he's doing. He's getting paid for it. There's a whole lot of people getting paid around these parts, dog. Whole lot of people getting paid around these parts. Fury going to lie, is going to lie and cheat. That's what he does. That's what he does. That's who he is. That's what that team does. Tyson Fury, what did Peter Fury say? Wilder's going to ruin his career if he keeps up with this. Dude, you guys shit on Deontay Wilder for a living in the UK. For a living. You ride this dude's name no matter what in the UK. Literally, dude, you guys, I saw this stupid ass article on a website that I don't even say the name anymore. I don't read. I don't look at it because it's a fucking rag. But I just so happened to accidentally have it sweep across my eyes. And I was like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. Try to sell the cruiserweight division. The Bridger weight on Deontay Wilder's back. Like, Deontay Wilder might be in this new classification for the WBC. Dog, Deontay Wilder ain't fighting for your damn Bridger weight class. He's already knocking out guys that are 350 pounds. Why would he go fight in the Bridger weight class? Dude, you guys are just garbage, man. You dudes are garbage. Just straight trash. Just admit it, man. The guy cheated and do something about it. Cheating happens. You guys are just trying to stand here in front of a world of people that have eyeballs and try to convince them that they don't see what they see by not talking about what they see. By just a bunch of, it's just so much confusion around. We don't know. Man, get out of here. Well, Mark Breland saved his life. Dog, Mark Breland didn't save shit. Stop it. Well, Kenny Bayless was about to stop it. Then he should have. He should have stopped it. If he stopped it, then he would have stopped it. But Mark Breland got fired because he stopped it when the guy told him not to stop it. And guess what? He didn't even sound dizzy when he went to the court. He went to this like, man, what are you doing? Why'd you stop it? His head was fucking clear. He was literally like, hey, why did you stop this fight, man? What are you doing? He wasn't, falling over. Look like man, get out of here, man. Unless, you know what, though? Unless Mark Breland knew something about them gloves. Now, if Mark Breland knew something about them gloves, then there's a chance. Yeah, maybe. Maybe he did know. Maybe he did save his life because he knew. But short of that, dude, he was supposed to let that fight go on because that's what his boss told him to do. What's going on, B&B Boxing? Gree in the building. What's going on, man? OJ Smith, what's happening? Brother Cody 10, salute to you, man. Steven Shrug Senior, salute. My man, No Slack, said, keep up the good work from New Orleans, brother. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate you. We will continue to keep up the work. My man, John Page, said, it's a lot of food out here in boxing. Yeah, man, your brother went off. Your brother went bananas, man. Your brother went bananas. That's my dude, Gary. Gary went bananas in that thing this morning, dog. Playing Devin what was it? Devin Devin, I didn't even know. Man, y'all some real rap heads, dog. I didn't know who Devin was. But I was like, he said, this is for Devin. This is for Devin. Not that Devin. Then he went in, dog. Then he went in. Dog, that was hardcore, man. That was hardcore. Bill and Gary Russell Jr. should definitely have another conversation with one another. Because, dog, that was rough, man. That was rough, man. That was rough. But I ain't in it. My man, Soldier Avejo said, Tyson Fury has no conscience whatsoever. Investigate Top Rank. This only happens with their fighters. Dog, exactly. But we don't have to investigate Top Rank. We already know. See, I'm trying to get you guys. Hey, horror movies for you said, I'm from Scotland. I hate Fury. Dude, because that motherfucker's a cheater. Thank you. Okay? Thank you. He's a cheater. Y'all know he's a cheater too. Like, this can be our whole debate. You know he cheated. Stop acting like it, because you're not denying it. He had another interview that he did not deny it in. He did not deny it. I've been telling you guys, wait for him to deny it. Every interview that comes up, he will not deny it. He will just ridicule Deontay Wilder and make up some nonsense. Like he did when he said, I did the video today. I did it earlier this morning, but I got to do parts of it again, dog. I got to do parts of it again. This dude with Garth Davies, right? Whose hair was a lie. Okay, Garth, I don't believe your hair. Okay, I don't believe your hair. Okay. Dog, you look like you got 28-year-old hair, dog, on a 62-year-old head, boy. I don't believe it. Smooth Groove Boxing in the building said, my dude, man, thank you, man. Much love in that super chat, man. Thank you so much. And my man, Cordova 07X said, good info. The video you put out about reading contract truth, fuck Fury. Thank you, man. Thank you. Yes, sirree, and a bob. Because that's the truth, man. You got it. And then my man, Dashiki Jones in the super chat says, salute Fannon. Fury put the nail in his coffin by admitting he agreed to all the dates with Wilder. Please talk about contracts obligations in court. Look, well, this is what you mean by that. All right, Dashiki Jones. There's something called an offer and acceptance consideration. That's a contract, right? After you agree to a contract, you can amend the contract. Yes, you can. You can at any point in time, and the contract could say it has to be done in writing or not. You can amend it. And guess what else? You can not even knowingly amend it when you acquiesce to certain terms. Like, for example, did you ever learn this trick? That if you send a check to somebody where you owe them money, try this. Send a check. You got to do it with a check. Send it to somebody you owe money and say that you owe them, say you owe them $1,000. Send a check and write it to the order of X, $500, boom, in full payment for this. But you got to write in full payment for. If they catch that check, you are done. You do not owe the rest of that money. You are done. You know why? Because when they cashed the check, they amended the agreement because you said in full payment. And then they cashed the check. That is an act of acceptance. Right? And it was modifying the agreement. When Tyson Fury said that he agreed to every one of these dates, he's saying modified the contract, modified the contract, modified the contract. When he said he agreed. You can't agree and then not agree because people relied upon what you said. You said you agreed. Now, since you said you agreed, dummy. That contract did not expire because Tyson Fury agreed to extend it. Or, like Deontay Wilder said, he was the one that actually asked for the changes. See how this works? Even if that line, first of all, Tyson Fury started off with a lie but he lied in a way where it didn't even matter that he lied, because either way, you're stuck. It doesn't matter whether or not Deontay Wilder was the one that asked you and you said okay, or was whether you asked Deontay Wilder and he said okay. It doesn't matter. Either way, you agreed. The offer either came from Deontay, the request to amend the agreement either came from Deontay Wilder or it came from you. But you're saying it came from Deontay Wilder and you accepted it. And he's saying that it came from you and he accepted it. Guess what that is? That's a distinction without a difference. It's literally the same thing because the contract has now been amended by Tyson Fury's admission in public on tape, dummy. I swear, dude. I want to tell dude, stop. You cannot bring this dude out, man, because he's a liar, dog, and he's going to get caught, dog. My man, Larry Hanan said, a little bit for the scholarship fund. Good morning, Fannon. Thank you. And thank you guys for letting me know it's for this. Hey, what's going on, Easy Lou Unboxing TV? And thank you for letting me know that it's about that fund because I really do appreciate it, man. Thank you. Because we're going to get it done, man. We got things to do. John Pay said, Bill, yes, sir. Master just texted him about an hour ago. Yeah, man, y'all need to go ahead and sit that down, dog. But they don't want to talk about, they're not going to want to talk about Gary. They're going to want to talk about Tank. It's going to be about Tank. They're not going to really want to talk about Gary, man. It's just unfortunate. Dude, Oak Park Boxing in the building. What's good? Man, you look like family. Make sure I didn't miss. Yeah, I missed another. Okay, Showboat Boxing said one of the most down-to-earth channels. Salute. Yeah, man, and check out Showboat Boxing, man. He broke a story this morning about Gary Russell Jr., man. Excellent channel, man. Get that man a good look. Get that man a look. If you like him, subscribe. There you go. Life loves it. For now, you bad. Love hearing you speak. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. We trying to do it around these parts. But let me tell you about this Tyson Fury dude. See what I'm talking about, though? See what I'm talking about? Dude, they can't lie. They can't lie their way out of this. They're not even lying. Now, now here's the thing, and I got to keep explaining this. Why is Tyson Fury not denying it? There's a reason they're not denying it. And I have to keep saying this because I realize sometimes people ain't in every one of my live streams. I'm at the bottom for the super chats too, because I am raising money for a cause. So I have no problem saying I'm at the bottom. I will not miss any super chats. They tell me I beg for them, but since I'm trying to raise something for something, I'll beg. God dang, right there, boom. Fam, come off it. He got beat up. His ego and his head is bruised. No one wants to see a third fight. As Wilder said, I wish he'd get back in the ring and pray Joshua beats. Guess what, dog? Get the fuck out of my chat and thank you for your $100. Nigga, I don't give a fuck about your $100. You ain't gonna slip up there like that and not give a shit. Thanks for the money, though. What? Thanks for the money, though. Thanks for the money. You will not make the replay, but thanks for the money. Now you know how mad they are, dog. Now you see how mad they are, dog. When they want to throw 100 bills in my face, dog. I'm glad you guys are starting to give me my 100. I see y'all throwing hundreds. I see y'all throwing $100 bills around. Hey, I do notice that you guys are throwing around $100 bills. That's why I'm not throwing around $100 bills anymore. If y'all think it's about throwing around the $100 bills, it's not. So y'all can stop flexing with the $100 bills. Y'all can stop flexing with the $100 bills, dog. That's so cliche. That's so cliche, dog. That's so cliche. I was doing that years ago, dog. I was dropping $100 bills on people. Dog, seriously. It's so cliche. You got to come with the facts, dog. Your money ain't impressing nobody, homie. Okay, and I went, and nobody want to see the fight ain't got nothing to do But you're going to get your money's worth, dog. Believe me. You're going to get your money's worth because that's what you wanted. That's what you really wanted, dog. Anybody else want to pay me $100 to talk shit? I'll take it. No worries, dog. No worries. What you got on my 40, homie? What you got on my 40, homie? Niggas shake them in their pockets, dog, like Debo. On the real, though. Yeah, dog, like, dude, seriously, man. Hey, man, Raul Trevino said, man, 100 shout out from Vegas, man. Shout out to you, man. Shout out in Vegas, man. Hey, look, dog, for real. Hey, said that was Fury trying to bribe you. No 100, nigga. Dog, not with 100. Okay? Not with 100. But this roast is on you, though. Now, let me tell you, dog, thank you, because you did make me feel happier, dog. Most people I would be very grateful for $100, and I am very grateful. So I do think that you deserve. I can sit back and talk about the answer to your question. Let's go. Let's be fair to him. He says, I did throw him out. Charles Edward Cheese says, Fannon, come off it. He got beat up. He did get beat up. The guy's gloves were loaded. His gloves were loaded. Yes, he did get beat up. He had loaded gloves. Or he had gloves with no padding in it. Didn't you see? Let me show you in case you missed it. Charles. Let me show you in case you missed it, Charles. Because I love this. I keep this picture right here for people like Charles. You know what I mean? Like, it's always just right here, ready to go. Ready to go at a moment's notice. So you can see. I know you can see this, dog. I know you can see this. But let's make it bigger. Of course he got beat up. This man had no padding on his gloves. Okay? Of course he got beat up, Charles. There's no padding in those gloves. Now, if you got hit with a 6'9" dude's hand like that, do you think you might get beat up too? I think you might. Dude, Deontay Wilder's saying he got beat up. Everybody saw it, but he's saying that there's no padding in that glove, man. And all of a sudden, the guy that he took a bunch of punches from last fight, all of a sudden turned into fucking Hercules. Man, dude, Tyson Fury's a cheat, man. Stop it. Now, on to your other $25. That's your first $25. Now here, his ego in his head is bruised. His ego is bruised? No, I don't agree with that, dude. His ego looks really, really big to me. It looks really strong. He sounds like the same guy. You know why? Because he got cheated. When you know you get cheated, dude, it doesn't really matter because that's what happened. You know you got cheated. The person that cheated, you got cheated. And there you go. Just like you could not see Tyson Fury hold a straight face or look straight at a camera, that's because he feels guilty. When you can't do this and talk to somebody like this, and when somebody's saying, hey, did you cheat? No, I did not cheat. Absolutely not. I did not have anything in my gloves. No, I did not. No, the referee didn't die. That's what you say. You look right in the camera and you say that. And when you're doing this, oh no, scratching and shit, all itchy, looking like, what am I supposed to say? Rethinking what you said. All that, no, dog, people ain't buying that, man. Stop it. Then, what's next? As a Wilder fan, I wish you're not a Wilder fan, dude. You're not a Wilder fan, dog. Stop lying. You're not a Wilder fan. That's how people know, dude. That is a really old one. I wish he would just get in back in the ring and earn 2 to 3 KOs and pray Joshua he should just go away, huh? How convenient. He should just go away, Charles Edward Cheese. Now, Charles Edward Cheese, did you marry a dude named Cheese? Or was your name Edward? Was your name Charles Edward? And then you married somebody named Cheese? Or was your name Charles Cheese and you married somebody named Edward and the shit all combined and now you're Charles Edward Cheese? Be interesting to understand where the fuck you got that name from. Fury was fidgety as a fiend. Hell yeah. I'm telling you, anybody that thinks Tyson Fury was telling the truth, okay, who's neutral Any of y'all that want to claim, what's going on, Charles Brown? Anybody want to claim, hey, I did give you that $100 though. So now, while I did throw you out because I don't want you ever throwing another $100 at me again, I did answer your question. So thank you very much for donating to the cause. I appreciate it. I just don't believe that you are being straight up. I do not believe that you are a Deontay Wilder fan, because at the end, all you did was say he got beat up. He should just go away and start over. Go fight 3 and 4 fights against somebody and come back later. Dude, you sound like Tyson Fury. You sound like a Tyson Fury fan. You don't sound like a Deontay Wilder fan, because you know what Deontay Wilder's fans say? That motherfucker cheated. I can't wait to see his ass squirm and get in the rematch so he can get knocked out, because he cheated. That's what most Deontay Wilder fans say. They say he's a cheater and I want back at it. Dog, you guys think, I'm telling you, you guys think you're smart, but you're really, really not, because you keep trying the same thing over and over again, but you're a new person. You just think it's a new thing. Exactly. Cheese dude. Oh, exactly. Teddy Atlas totally dodged the claims. They're all going to, because they all know he cheated. And here's the thing. He doesn't want to fight again. If you beat him up that easily, then why don't you just beat him up? What changed? What changed with 3 weeks ago? You were like, I can't wait to beat him up. He's a dosser. I've not heard from him. You've not heard from him when he's in training camp? You agreed to a December 19th date. He's in training camp. And all of a sudden you're saying in the middle of training camp that you ain't heard from him, even though you're already in training camp? There was nothing else to negotiate. You guys negotiated the split. You had a 60-40 split. What else was there to negotiate with? ESPN was the lead promoter. What was there to negotiate? You negotiated everything before the first fight. So what is he supposed to be talking to you about exactly? You're just a liar. And Dan Rayfield, you're just covering for a liar. And I didn't even hear what Jeff Mayweather had to say, but I know Jeff Mayweather's trying to protect trying to protect the trainer. But though, if the guy tells you not to, Mikey Garcia went the whole way with Errol Spence Jr. getting the piss beaten out of him. And his trainer, he said, do not throw in the towel. Dude, you had Mikey Garcia was talking like this a month later. Hey, tongue spitting all over the damn place when he got back. But he didn't stop the fight, because he told him not to. And that was his brother. You don't think he could have got killed the way he was getting beat up, taking flush shots to the grill, like over and over and over again? But oh no. Man, you guys are just so full of it. Do you see everybody that hits the ground like Tyson Fury hit the ground? They've all been waved off since then. So let's get this right. All of those fights have been waved off where somebody is falling like this. Every one of them. I guarantee you this. Every fight that somebody gets a gash this big in the second round and they bleed profusely all over the place, I guarantee you they've stopped those fights. But not for Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury can be accused of cheating, not deny it, and run away from a rematch, and Fat Dan Rayfield can pluck his ass up on IFL TV to talk about what a mess it's been. Dude, it's a mess because of y'all. You guys are fucking up boxing because you won't tell the truth. Dude, tell the truth and they will stop this shit, because everybody will know the truth. Tyson Fury, the next guy that fights Tyson Fury, he loads his gloves, okay? That's what he does. If you think he is anywhere near competitive with him, he's going to cheat you, okay? That's what they're going to do to you. Anthony Joshua, he's going to cheat you. He's going to cheat you. Luis Ortiz, he's not even going to fight you. Oh, and do you see how now they try to retaliate? Your little petty retaliations. Now, oh, we need to investigate the Luis Ortiz fight because he went down too quick. Oh, you want to investigate the Luis Ortiz knockout? But you don't want to investigate the Deontay Wilder knockout of Tyson Fury, where he's laying like this, and Jack Reese yells in his ear, "Get up!" Dog, y'all acting like there ain't no crooks in boxing when you keep calling people crooks in boxing is a dead giveaway that you guys are just bought and paid for. Don't listen to Fat Dan. He's bought and paid for, okay? If you got ads, dude, if you got ads built into your motherfucking shit, you might be paid for. Get the fuck out of here. If you start your ads and all of a sudden you see 4 commercials and they ain't YouTube commercials, dog, somebody's paying for them fucking ads. Okay? IFL, get out of here, dude. They found a way to keep you paid. Hey, let's put this debt collection commercial in the front of this, and we'll just pay them for the debt collection commercials. Dog, get up out of here, man. That dude said I was a pedophile. That dude co-signed on me being a pedophile, man. That's all you need to know about him. That dude right there co-signed on me being a pedophile. That's all you need to know about that dude right there. Got on my Twitter with it too. Like, dude, I've been bigger than you, dude. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, dog, I piss on niggas like you from the United States. I mean, like, you're just a fucking you're just a fat step and fetch it for some rich boys. And that's just what it is, dog. You didn't think I was going to say that? Yeah, that's what he said about me. Check the record. That dude did that shit to me. Now, tell me I'm lying. Tell me that dude did not go to my Twitter and put on some fucking thing about, well, if what they say is true about Fannon, I think that he should suffer the consequences. Dog, my name ain't Fannon, dummy. My name ain't Fannon, and everybody been known it. Been known it. Crazy, dog. Crazy. Yeah, dude, don't listen to none of those UK dudes, man. On my channel, no. Guarantee you no. Not ever. No way, no chance. No way, no chance. That dude implied one of the worst things in the world about me just because I say Tyson Fury cheated. All because I said Tyson Fury cheated. You know why? You know when they did it? They did it because I knew what Deontay Wilder was going to come with, and they tried to get rid of me right then. Because I knew what Deontay Wilder was coming with. I did a video that said, injuries consistent with blood port trauma. If true, Tyson Fury should be thrown out of boxing for the rest of his life. That's what I said. And they came at me with like all guns blazing. All 2 of them that they have. All their pop guns blazing. You know what I mean? Boop, boop, boop. Like, dog, man, niggas know who I am. What you talking about? But that's them. That's how far they will go, dude, to try to destroy Deontay Wilder. Is that they will just do whatever, dude. They will lie. They will do whatever they got to do because they got busted. And they're up out of the United States because everybody in the United States knows it. So you can go over there to the UK, but everybody in the UK knows it too. You can't get out of this, Fury. You cheated. And everybody knows it. And if you say, oh, well, that's why I'm not taking the fight. Let me tell you something. I'm not suing shit. Nigga, you can't defame. He didn't defame me. My name ain't Fannon. He can't defame me. My name ain't Fannon. That ain't defaming. That's a commercial. You kidding me? My shit went way up when they did that shit. Niggas like they just said Fanon's name was fucking Hancock. And it was hand and cock at the same time, which is just so corny that it's like, you know, it's like 6th grader type shit. Somebody sitting around, hey, let's do this. Super bozo type shit, dude. Carl Brown said Wilder wouldn't come out with something and not have any type of proof. Fury know he cheated. Real talk, dude. Let me tell you, man, when they said that water shit, you know they got the toxicology reports. Stop it. You know got the toxicology reports, man. You know they got the toxicology reports. So the idea that you dummies are going to sit around and keep lying, he's got the toxicology reports, dude. He has them. You guys keep asking questions like, well, why doesn't he come out with the reports? Dog, he's got them. I've been telling you what he had 4 months ago. And then it just came out now, right? He held on to it for 4 months. You think he let everything out? You guys keep trying to protect a dude that's gone. Okay? And all they're doing is letting you keep doing it so you keep looking worse. And I'm trying to warn you. And y'all hate on me. But I'm just telling you, I'm even-sided here, okay? I'm telling you, all you people that are running around acting like Tyson Fury didn't cheat, there's more shit coming at you. And did somebody tell me that? No. Well, why would you know, Fannon, if nobody told you? Well, that is something to ask. However, let me explain how you should know that that is the case. Okay? Let's not worry about how I know. Let's worry about how you should know that that's the case. Because everything he said so far, he has backed up. And nobody is denying it. And nobody is suing him. That's why you should know it. Because he's dropping this shit like bow, 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 bow on you. The day you fight, dog, he's dropping something on you. The day you fight, the day you say that you are fighting somebody else, bop, I guarantee you. And if you don't see it, dude, you just blind. But that's okay. You keep telling your media people, say this week. Say this week. Say that next week. Say this. Hey, PR guys, who can we get to cover this? Let's go to that YouTube channel. Let's go over here to this media. The Daily News will play this. The Sun will play this. We can handle it. No, you cannot handle it. Because don't nobody go there for boxing. Everybody comes here. Everybody comes here. This is where they come. To find out that you admit that you didn't even deny it. You have not even denied it. And then you admit it. You say that you accepted it. Like people can't hear. Shame, man. Shame on y'all. How long before you guys did you guys do this when you were kids? Did you do this when you were kids? Did you just sit around and say, there is a Santa Claus. There is a Santa Claus. I know I saw my daddy bring this into my trunk, but I didn't. There is a Santa Claus. You still believe in the Easter Bunny too? You believe in the Easter Bunny too? You think gloves flop all to the side like that? Dude, don't nobody believe that. Everybody knows how gloves work because everybody's worn gloves. You guys are trying to act like somehow boxing gloves do something to your hand that other things don't. Your hand don't go that way, dude. And you can see it shimmer and shake back and forth on contact. If his fist was in the glove, his glove wouldn't shake on contact. It landed and then it shook. There was nothing in it. But his hand right there, dead up against the side of Deontay Wilder's face. You guys just need to admit that the man cheated. And stop running away from it. Because you're making boxing look terrible. It already looks horrible. But you know who you're going to blame? You're going to blame me and other people that talk and try to tell you that everybody sees it. Because you just want to cover your eyes and act like don't nobody see. People have been calling boxing the most corrupt sports for decades. For decades. And you will do nothing to change it because you're the reason they think that, Dan Rayfield. Because you know he cheated and you will say nothing. You know he cheated and you will say nothing. That's the problem, Mauricio. That's the problem. There's no rules that are going to contain a thief. There's no set of rules that are going to keep criminals from behaving like that. They're scam artists. That's how they make their living. Scamming. And they think this is a scam. Because it is. They came over to Las Vegas and they ran a scam. Okay? Call it what you want. They ran a scam. They got in there with gloves that they knew had no padding on the knuckles. And you can say what you want about the water. The toxic, just deny it. And we'll find out for sure. Hold on one second, because I'm not missing super chats, man. Y'all are paying the bills. Thank you, guys. Steve J said, if he so-called didn't cheat, the WBC would easily clarify by producing and inspecting the gloves for the world to see, just like they did for others. Exactly, but they don't do it for Deontay Wilder because they want Deontay Wilder to lose. And they said it. Shame on you guys for sullying the name of such a big event. They cared about the size of the event, as if the rules change if the fight gets too big. They are admitting it's about money. They talked to Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Floyd Mayweather Jr. says we need to get rid of all these belts. And what do? They send Roy Jones Jr. out to say how much he loved his belts. Yay, Roy, you liked your belts. I know you did. You were the champion. Personally, I don't give a shit about your belts. I want to know who the best fighter is. People don't care about Roy Jones' belts. They knew he was the best fighter. You know why? Because he fought James Toney. He fought Bernard Hopkins. And he fought and beat those two dudes early in his career. Okay? That's why Roy Jones is a champion and people respect Roy Jones. And he fought everybody. Roy's belts didn't matter. Roy fought everybody. Everybody. So, dude, Roy having a bunch of belts, all that meant was, hey, that's telling you that those sanctioning bodies are worth something. Because Roy held their belts. Roy fought everybody. These dudes ain't fighting everybody, man. And you got Teofimo Lopez. Dude, I did a video about Teofimo Lopez. Man, seriously, that is one snotty kid. That is one snotty kid who thinks who acts like he's running the world. Dude, you are not bigger than Gervonta Davis. He's sitting there talking like, well, I'm the king, and I have to see what they bring to the table. No, dude, they can just walk around your fucking table. What are you talking about? Don't nobody got to eat at your fucking table with your macaroni and cheese. Didn't you just see Gervonta Davis eating steak and potatoes with lobsters hanging off of his shit? Dude, he don't need to go to you. You a regular ESPN fighter. His ass is a pay-per-view star that is sold out in 5 different... What the fuck is Teofimo Lopez talking about? Really? What are you talking about, Teofimo? No way in the world are you the man at lightweight. Because nobody would fight you before Gervonta Davis. They would all tell you, keep those belts. Thank you very much. Oh, yeah, you can have the WBC. I have all them shits. I want Tank. I want Tank. Okay? Devin Haney says he wants you, would jump past you in a second to get Tank. In a second. He'd be like, yeah, keep all them fucking belts. Give me Tank. You know why? Because Tank brings in the dough. Tank brings the dough, not you. So don't act like you the man, because you ain't the man. And you ain't done what Tank did. You beat one dude. You beat one guy that a whole bunch of people have been saying for years was absolutely a hype job. Is he a good fighter? Yes. But don't act like Vasily Lomachenko didn't beat you up for like 3 rounds. Dude, he just straight beat you up. He was like, fuck it. And ran in there and straight beat you up. Hitting you all in the grill. Hitting you all in the grill whenever he wanted to. While his old ass still had the energy to do it against your big self. Get out of here, dog. You beat Vasily Lomachenko. You went the distance. You went the distance 2 out of your last 3 fights. 2 out of Teofimo Lopez's last 3 fights, he went the distance. So stop it. Yamanaka dude, you want to talk bad about Devin Haney for what he did against Yuriorkis Gamboa? What about you and Yamanaka? They gave you a straight cherry and you went 12 rounds with him. Man, get out of here. It's just trying to be Floyd Mayweather Jr. and I know that's cliche. Trying to be Money Mayweather, but you ain't been Floyd. Dude, Floyd did way more than... You got to earn it, man. You can't just be giving it. That's the problem with these belts. There's the problem with the belt is as soon as you put something on one, they act like they're a god or something. Like, no disrespect to Rolly Romero. I was around him. I saw him. He seems like a nice enough guy. Little dude. Seems like a nice enough guy. But, dog, you ain't no champ. At 100, man, get out of here. You go fight Marinez again. Give Marinez a rematch. Everybody, these young dudes, I'm telling you, dude. I like them because they got a really good crop of young fighters. Teofimo, Devin, Shakur Stevenson, Jaron Ennis, Virgil Ortiz, Ryan Garcia, Chris Colbert. Those are all a bunch of really, really good fighters that need to fight each other. But Teofimo here acting like, well, I don't know. I'm above the rest. No, you're not, dude. You prove you're better than Lomachenko. And see, that's why I had so much frustration with Roy when he said that. Like, Roy, come on, man. You are a man. You are really fighting people, man. You are really fighting people, dude. You are really taking on the tough stuff, man. You fought James Toney early. You fought Bernard Hopkins early. You didn't have to fight Tarver. And you dang sure didn't have to fight Tarver again. Dude, Roy Jones got Deontay Wilder's mentality. They're going to go and they're going to try to fight. But, dude, they cheated Deontay Wilder, man. And you know they cheated him. So just be honest, man. Now you even got to be honest. If you can't be honest, be silent. If you can't be honest about it, be silent. I know y'all don't like Deontay. I can relate. Whole bunch of people don't like me. People don't like people when they tell the truth. When they just like, here you go. This is what I think. Yeah, I know this guy's going to be pissed off and this guy's going to be pissed off. But it is what it is. Tyson Fury cheated. Is it a black mark on the sport of boxing? No, it's not. Black looks good. It's a shit mark on the motherfucking it's a shit mark on boxing. And it's one that is Tyson Fury's fault. Like, you want to hold it against the person. You don't want to hold the person responsible. You want to deflect and let the person responsible just be okay. Just be okay. He can do, well, no, it's just too much trouble to fix it. It's just too much trouble to fix it. No, fix it. Snatch his ass up out that belt, put him on blast in front of everybody, and the next cheating motherfucker will think twice about it. And if you want that great European hype, earn it. Fight a guy and don't cheat. Fight him and don't cheat. But he doesn't want to do that, does he? He ran away from the fight. He ran away from the fight. That is what we know. Deontay Wilder had a rematch clause. Deontay Wilder saying he wants that fight. Tyson Fury he said he accepted every change, and then all of a sudden he changed his mind about what he had previously accepted. And guess what happens when you change your mind about something you previously expected? That is breach of contract. That's breach of contract. Oops. If you agreed and you offered, because either way it went, he either offered or he agreed. If he then backs out, that is not just a defunct something wrong with the rematch clause. Well, I guess not taking it is breach of contract, but that's breach of contract. And because he admitted it was breach of contract, because he said he accepted it and everybody agreed. Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury say the same thing about that. They're saying the same thing. Both of them said that they agreed to the December 19th date. But then Tyson Fury, so if they both agreed to the December 19th date, how could the contract have expired? It could not have, based on Tyson Fury's words. Now find some other way, because guess what it is? It is Tuesday the 10th. 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1, 2, 3 weeks, and 1, 2, 3, 4 days. 3 weeks and 4 days, Tyson Fury is supposed to be fighting somebody. What is that? When have you heard a fight not being announced within 3 weeks of a fight? Is somebody a professional boxer that can tell me the last heavyweight championship fight that was made within 3 weeks? 3 weeks. Oh, excuse me. 3 weeks and 4 days. But yet you guys believe this dude thinks the contract's expired. He's about to come up with an excuse next week about why he couldn't have found anybody. You know why? Because he doesn't even have a British Boxing Board of Control license. He's such a bad liar. He doesn't even have a boxing license in the UK, but he's got a fight in 3 weeks. that hasn't been announced yet. And it's a world championship fight in a country that's still shut down because of Corona. And y'all believe this dude? And you keep spreading his talk and the things he says? Really? You believe that whopper? I got something to sell you if you do. What kind of decent fight could he possibly have on December 5th? And why not December 19th? And guess what? For him to say, now watch this lie. Somebody tell me what's supposed to be happening on December 19th. Can anybody tell me what is supposed to be happening on December 19th? Who is supposed to be taking that date now that Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury is not fighting? Can anybody tell me who's supposed to have that date? CRB, Fannon, can you explain exactly what an injunction is? And is his team member, Tyson Wilder, can impose one on this fake Fury fight? An injunction is an order from a court telling you to stop something. Conjunction, junction, what's your function? Bring connecting words and clauses. You know the sign conjunction. Injunction means stop. Don't do nothing. We're not going to conjoin, bring together. We're going to stop the shit you doing. So that's what it means. Stop. Court says do not take these actions because they believe that if you do, that the other party will I think the standard is something like suffer irreparable harm. If I recall correctly, I don't really deal with that stuff, but if I recall correctly, that's what it is. So an injunction just says stop. And yeah, absolutely they will. When they go to court, that's what they're going to do, but they got to announce the date first. Now, see, he might announce the date like the day before the fight so that the court can't issue an injunction, and he's a sneak like that. He would, which is why Deontay Wilder should seek the injunction now. He shouldn't wait till they announce the fight. He's already done enough to be an anticipatory breach. So just go ahead, because more than likely what he's going to do is, because since he thinks that Deontay Wilder's going to wait until he announces it, so because then it would be no anticipatory breach. He already said it, and I would do it against the WBC if possible, or ESPN, because ESPN would have to air the fight. So if you say ESPN is a party to it, and these guys are over in the United States and they're going to do that, they could claim, hey, man, that's interference with our contractual relations. Dude, get some good lawyers, dog. They'll get inventive and hold some shit up. Okay? You just got to have the money to spend. That's it. You got to have the money to spend. If you have the money to spend, you're hard to deal with. And Deontay Wilder's got the money to spend. So he's hard to deal with. It's just what it is. He can put a retainer on a lawyer. He can give him a $100,000 retainer, get a team of lawyers, and run at him. And then if he feels he's got the best opportunity to win, he'll make those guys pay his lawyers' fees as part of it for trying to get cute. Because, dude, they are blatantly trying to get out this contract and they know it didn't expire. That's just ridiculous. Okay? It's just ridiculous that it would expire in the middle of a pandemic when you have accepted the changes. And then Tyson Fury got on that dude's show and said he accepted every change. He said it out of his own mouth. I know his counsel was like, no, Tyson. I can see it in slow motion. No, don't say it. Boom. That shit's gone. You said you accepted every one of them, and you just got tired of it. And then he lied about this. Watch another lie he told. Can we talk? We got to talk about another Tyson Fury lie, because there's so many. And I like to get into detail with him, but there's so many lies he told. Fannon, how's the champ's manager let Fury do this? Shelly is suspect to me. Isn't he a Brit? No, I don't know if he's a Brit or not, dog. Look, dude, Tyson Fury's cheating. That's not on Shelly Finkel. He didn't make Tyson Fury cheat. He ain't making Tyson Fury. He's breaching the contract. What did Shelly Finkel do wrong? Shelly Finkel cannot make these people not be thieves and make them live up to their word. That shit is on Tyson Fury. See, fuck all this contributory negligence shit. Because that's what you guys are arguing. Contributory negligence. Let's just break it down, okay? I'm breaking it down because I'm tired of it. No disrespect to you, Rock 3, but that is an argument for contributory negligence. You're saying, well, shouldn't Deontay Wilder be held responsible because there are things that his team did that could have prevented this? So therefore, he was negligent and he contributed to his own problems. Do you understand me? I think you guys might be slow-witted and you don't. So I'll go through it again. Contributory negligence means that although something happened to you, you did not live up to the standard of care that you should have lived up to. And so you, because of your negligence, are suffering something. And we need to place, right, the amount of blame that is due on you, you need to get that blame, right? So contributory negligence, fuck that. That shit don't apply to no motherfucking criminal shit like this. You can't be like, this is what I said about, for example, Clarissa Shields. No disrespect to Clarissa Shields, right? This is what I'm saying about, like, I'm not even going to go into that because that's old shit about her brother. I'll leave that shit alone. But, dog, you can't say, I can't just walk up to you, punch you in your fucking face, bust all your fucking teeth out, and then you say, well, he shouldn't have been talking all that shit. Right? Because if he wouldn't have been talking all that shit, he wouldn't have got punched in the mouth and got all his teeth knocked out, right? You go to court trying that shit. They'll be like, you're right. He shouldn't have said something to you because he should have known that you were crazy enough to knock all his fucking teeth out. No, sorry. You violated a rule. Okay? Sorry. He has the right to believe that you're going to act fairly. Okay? And catching people do all kind of obscure ass cheating shit is not your job. That's the job of the Nevada State Athletic Commission to catch that. And the Nevada State Athletic Commission approved those gloves. They should have caught it when they approved the gloves. That's my take. And that's Tyson Fury's take too. Because he didn't even deny that the gloves were funny. He just said, well, then you should get mad at the commission. They let me fight with them. Dude, he is not, dude, Tyson Fury is begging you to throw him out of boxing. He's begging you. He's saying, please let me go. I am underneath a lot of pressure here. I have all these people. I've been cheating my whole life. I can't punch my way out of a brown paper bag. Okay? I know that. That's why I play all these games with the contracts and I cheat. I know I tested pot. I know I cheated Christian Hamer. I know I cheated Vladimir Klitschko. I know I ripped him off by not giving him a rematch. And I know that I'm ripping Deontay Wilder off by not giving him a rematch and cheating him. And it was all on his face. All you got to do is look at his face. If you are a judge of human nature at all you got to do is look at his face. Look at the interview with that Garth Davies interview. Turn off the volume and look at his face. He's not telling the truth at all. Okay? And you don't need no lie detector to tell you. That's why lie detectors go off. Because you're all like, every time you lie, your body does something. It either make you do this, like it'll be just a tick. Right? Now, maybe you didn't lie when you did this, but something you did when you did this. Right? Maybe you rephrased it. I didn't like the way I said that. And you just throw your hand up here real quick. Right? Or you're talking, you're like, ooh, I think I'm going in too hard. You might do this like, you might do something. Because your mind, people read your faces. You can read your face, right? Because your emotions are shown on your face. And also you see it, and that's when they hook up all those little electrodes to you, and they're like, lie to me. So you can do this. Right when you have that's when that thing registers it. And that's why certain people can beat them. Because they have no conscience. They can just lie to you like it ain't nothing because they believe their own lies. Tyson Fury don't believe his own lies. That's why he twitches all over the damn place. Again, don't listen to anything he said on that interview on Garth Davies. Just turn down the volume and judge for yourself. Go give that to that body language guy. And there is a guy on the internet that does body language. He says, and I like his channel a lot, because he'll be like, look, I'm going to read the body language of these fighters to see whether this guy's confident or this guy's confident. They do that. Please do that with Tyson Fury, because he will be like, he's lying, or no, he's uncomfortable. This shows that he's uncomfortable. For some reason, he keeps adjusting his shirt and he's shifting side to side. That shows that he's really, really anxious. Like, so why would he be anxious when people are asking him why is he stuttering? Why is he looking away when he's talking? Do all of that with him, man. What's going on? Jay Williams said, man, I'd be done with Wilder so fast. If he ever had to defend his glove flopping around, of course you would. Of course you would. Of course you would. Like everybody would be. Dude, there's no way Deontay Wilder could have got away with this. No way. Because there's no way Tyson Fury's getting away with it. But we've got the court of public opinion. Dan Rayfield works for ESPN. Who cares what he thinks? His reputation, ain't nobody cared about him. All you gotta tell me what time the fight starts, Dan. Tell me what time the fight starts. When is the date? Okay, because other than that, dude, I'll go listen to some troll on YouTube before I listen to you talk boxing, because the trolls are better than you. Now, I will say this. While these dudes that imitate me and imitate other people, in the boxing community and fake ass fraud dudes, I'll give y'all bums something. I'll give y'all bums some credit. You are better than Dan Rayfield. You are better than Steve Kim. You're better than Chris Mannix. You're not as good as Mike Coppinger. You're a little bit of notch down from Mike Coppinger and Lance Pugmire, okay? Because Mike Coppinger and Lance Pugmire will trip over the truth every once in a while and let you know what it is. The rest of them clowns, no. Now, I get on Mike Coppinger, but Mike Coppinger, I think, is playing. He tried to play the fence. He tried to ride the fence a little bit. But all in all, dude, he ain't as scumbaggy as the rest of these dudes. I just got to do that But you know who my favorite guy is? My favorite journalist in boxing. If you want to read somebody good, read Paul Magno. Is it Phil Magno or Paul Magno? Whoever writes the articles for Fight Hype on fighthype.com, I promise you, that guy right there, that is a boxing journalist. And I guarantee you, he ain't getting a lot of passes. He ain't getting a lot of passes and shit. Okay? But Paul Magno, that's why I know, dude, that these guys ain't real. Because I can read a guy like Magno and be like, dang, dude, this dude is informing me. Like, informing me. And he's on Fight Hype. He writes articles for Fight Hype. Not on Fight Hype, the thing, but he writes the articles that are on fighthype.com, dude. Somebody hire him. And please, when they hire him, don't sell out. I like that guy's writing, man. He may not like me, but I don't know if he does or he doesn't, but I like him. How you gonna call a man a liar without proof? Like this, you a liar. You a liar. I don't have to fucking have proof that you lying. All I got to do is believe that it's more than likely that you lying. You live in some world where absolute fucking proof is necessary before you can take action. You're a dummy. Fuck out of here, dude. All I got to do is believe you lying. I'm not a court of law. I don't have some standard of proof beyond a reasonable doubt and all that. No. As soon as I see the gloves, I know. And plus, I know he lying. And I have proof. I can't believe I did that. I have proof. He is lying. He said the contract expired. But then in the same breath, he said that the contract didn't expire. He either had to be lying then, he had to be lying when he said the contract didn't expire, or he had to be lying when he said the contract did expire. Because if he accepted all of the changes, then it couldn't have expired, right? So which is it? Also, another lie. I'll prove he lied again. In that, the first lie he told, let me just go off the first lie Tyson Fury told in that interview. Straight up and down lie. Because what he said in the beginning of the interview and what I'm going to tell you he said, that both cannot be true at the same time. He starts off the interview with this. They have a nice, pleasant conversation about how are you doing in coronavirus? How are you doing with the pandemic? Oh, I've been really locked in. I've been working out every day. I'm just training. I'm training. And then he starts saying, blah, 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 right? But he acknowledges that the boxing world shut down with the coronavirus. Now, you know that, don't you, Mr. Hanks? I know that, Mr. Hanks. Everybody here knows that. The boxing world shut down because of Corona. Right? So, what did he say that is a lie? As soon as he started talking about Deontay Wilder, he said, the fight was supposed to be in July, but it didn't happen in July because Deontay Wilder had surgery. That is a lie. That is a lie. It didn't happen because of Corona, like he just said. Not 30 seconds before. Right, Mr. Hanks? Boxing was all the way shut down, except for what? The day of the fight? Like all of the boxing world opened back up for that day? And then it shut back down right after that day and went on? I think not, sir. I think not, sir. I think that's a lie, sir. Can you explain me? Because those both can't be true at the same time. Which one is true? Did Corona shut it down or did Deontay Wilder's injury shut it down? Which of the two was it, Mr. Hanks? And no matter what you do, the one that you pick, the other one's a lie. So he's a liar. And I have proof. What? You're right. You are right, sir. You can say that. I'll put that in your work. I'm so sorry. That's what Tamir is saying right now because it didn't get to the chat. He's saying, Fannon, I'm sorry for saying that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for saying that. I have caught that dude lying many times. Like Martin Carefoot called him a liar. You remember Martin Carefoot? Let's go on that. Hold on one second, but let's not go too quick. My man, Dashiki Jones said, for the scholarship fund, continue cooking for nine. I'm cooking them. I'm cooking them. I'm cooking them. I'm cooking them. Going to continue to cook them. And thank you for supporting. And also, again, Charles Edward Cheese with that $100. Thank you. And I gave you your answer, dog. Don't get mad at me because I threw you out. Because you ain't never going to give me no $100 again. Let me tell you the secret. I would rather mess with a dude who's going to give me $5 50 times than your raggedy ass $100 once. Okay? We in this shit for the long haul, dog. Don't come try tricking me around here with none of that. Okay? Hey, yes, sir. We'll continue to do so. Let me move back up because I'm sure I missed a super chat. I'm starting to see I missed my super chats. Oh, oh, I got Tamir. I got you. Oh, yeah, that was a big oops, dog. No, I'm saying he needs a better representation. I know Fury cheated. Oh, no. There's no way you can out-represent yourself away from a cheater for Rock 3. You can't. You cannot. That's why they have to have jails. Because people will cheat you. They are very good at it. And you cannot catch everything. That's why when you deal with a cheater, you have to know he's a cheater and you don't deal with him. That's just period. You're not going to catch everybody. You're not that skilled. I played a game with Drew Titan where we had this little mini negotiation, and I just demonstrated him. If you didn't see, it was on Fannon Live on Sunday, and I explained to him how I can be completely nice to you and cheat you at the same time. And guess what? Shelly Finkel might not have caught what I did. He's not as good as me. I don't think he is. But I do something else. I think that I could get in a negotiation with him and get him on something. I absolutely do. Depending on how much leverage I have, without a doubt, I could get him. It's about the leverage. It's about the BATNA. It's about the best alternative to the negotiated agreement. And dude, Shelly Finkel is not perfect. When you're dealing with a cheater, you don't blame the person that got cheated. You always blame the cheater. And then you try to figure out how and let the person that got cheated know how they got cheated, and then they will look out for it the next time. But you make an example of the person that cheated. You don't hide it and try to distract. Listen to all of the different things that people are saying about it. It all amounts to either a distraction or a non-denial. It's either a non-denial or a deflection, right? It's not whether or not Mark Breland saved Deontay Wilder's life or not. Maybe he did. But dude, what was he saving his life from? From a guy with loaded gloves or gloves with no padding. Okay? You guys just say, oh, there's no way anybody could have done anything to his water. Ask him for the toxicology reports. Just ask him for them. Have you heard anybody say, look, man, you think you got your water poisoned? Hey, okay, maybe we missed it. Can you give me the reports? Can you give me what you're saying and why you think that? Do you think the Nevada State Athletic Commission reached out to Deontay Wilder and asked him that? No. They just justify it and brush it off. Wouldn't you think if they cared about the fighter that they might reach out to him and say, look, man, maybe I made a mistake. Maybe something got past me. And can I see what evidence you have so that I can know how we can solve this problem in the future? Because, we're the Nevada State Athletic Commission and we want to make sure we're protecting the boxers. And if there's a boxer out there saying that they were cheated under our watch, we want to make sure. But did Nevada State Athletic Commission do that? No, they did not. They just immediately dismiss it as if there's no way it could happen because they have a foolproof system. When have you guys ever heard of a foolproof system? It's not. You know why? Because fools can be bribed. Let me repeat. There is no such thing as a foolproof system because fools can be bribed. Yeah, they can. And by that, I mean, they're not really a fool. They just get bribed to act like one. Because that's what they're doing. They're acting like they're fools. They think that if they think, how can I say this? Because I want to be clear. They think that their system cannot be broken, yet they have never caught anybody. How do you justify your system being foolproof? Because you never caught anybody? Well, I can tell you this. I know that there's been people that fought in Las Vegas and then fought over there with the California State Athletic Commission, and the California State Athletic Commission caught them. They fought in Nevada and didn't get caught, but then they went to California and they got caught. What do you think? They just decided to cheat when they got to California? Like they were like, well, I'm just going to cheat in California. Oh, well, hey, Antonio Margarito. Well, you know what? I'm not going to use this plaster Paris on my hands because in Vegas, because they'll catch me. But California, oh, no problem. Now I'm going to use them. No, dude, it's not foolproof because you can pay money for somebody that is otherwise very responsible to play the fool, like Teddy Atlas playing the fool, and like Jeff Mayweather playing the fool. And just like everybody else denying that Tyson Fury is cheating, they're playing the fool. They're acting like they can't see what is right in the front of their face. They are playing the fool because they are getting paid to play the fool. Which is why I'm saying there is no foolproof system. There isn't. Because bribery works very, very well. And people with a lot. Do you know how much shit I've done in Vegas? Let me tell you what I did in Vegas. In 19, what was the year that, now this is Vegas security, right? Vegas got all this security. It's impossible because they've got all this security. You know what I did? I had a fake badge, a fake press pass. Their shit was all green. My shit was brown. I told you I used to fucking scam. Okay? So way back when, and actually I'll tell you what fight it was that I was scamming. I participated in a minor scam. Long time ago. Won't tell you who the parties were, but I went to Vegas for the Roy Jones Jr. versus Andy Ruiz fight. Now versus John Ruiz. And I bought a press pass. I bought some weed and a press pass from the same guy. With this completely fake press pass, I walked around on the bottom level the whole time. And until the main event, that was the first time that I had to actually leave the front row because I had a press pass that was completely fake that got checked by everybody. But I knew it was completely fake because when I saw the other press passes, they were laminated and they were green. How did I get through all that security? Because I dealt with people that knew the system. And let me tell you where I went with this fake press pass. I went all the way into the hallway where Roy Jones Jr. was walking into his locker room. And only when I realized that I was about to walk into Roy Jones Jr.'s locker room did I say, oh shit, they're going to catch me because they're going to ask me who I am. And then I had to walk around, go back out that alley, that same tunnel that they walked into back there. I had to walk out that same tunnel because I was like, ooh, this press pass just got me everywhere. Dude, don't tell me Vegas got tight security. It doesn't. Its security sucks for boxing. It sucks. Okay? Sucks. Not just isn't okay, it sucks. People sell press passes. How do you want to give up game, dog? Because I haven't done that. That was 14 years ago. That was 14 years ago. Whenever the Ruiz fight, because I'm not that guy no more. I buy my tickets. But before, I wouldn't buy my tickets. I'd just get me an up seat way up there, find somebody to buy some fake shit from. And then I'll walk through Vegas wherever I wanted to go. Acting like y'all ain't, man, get out of here. You guys are some scam artists, man. You're just some scam artists. You're running scams. You got that shit up in there through that Nevada State Athletic Commission because guess what? The Nevada State Athletic Commission are political appointees. They're not boxers. Those are guys, they're like, ooh, the people, Vegas construction companies don't believe Deontay Wilder. Dude, go look at the people who are on the Nevada State Athletic Commission board and tell me those people know anything about boxing. They work for the gaming commissions. They are building the buildings. That's what they do. Because it's a political appointed. They're not boxing fans. They want more people to come to Vegas. They want that money. That's what they're there for. To make sure that the big fights get to Vegas. They're not about to defend Deontay Wilder when they can get all that money pouring over. You see how much money they made? It's one of their biggest gates ever. Oh, but yeah, they're going to turn that around. Yeah, they're going to investigate that, right? Sure. I can get damn near into Roy Jones Jr. locker room. I can damn near walk from the top of the building straight down. It was the MGM Grand. From the top of the building, I can walk all the way down past everybody in security right to his locker room. And you get out of here. And if you don't believe me, I'll put the dude on the channel who was with me when I did it. And don't act like it can't be done because y'all do it too. Y'all do it too. Get out of here. People know the game, man. I've been around, dog. I've been around, I'm telling you. My man, Dashiki Jones said, for the scholarship fund, continue to cook them for 9. Absolutely, I'll continue to cook them. Do not act like Vegas is some impenetrable fortress. It's not. There is no such thing as one. Okay? There's no such thing as one. You can break into anything. Okay? Anything. Trust me. There are people that I know can get into your college records, dog, and change your motherfucking grades from college. Okay? If these dudes can do that, all they got to do is rummage around your garbage for a little while, dog. All they got to do, I'm telling you, man, there's some real thieves out here, man. And the idea that somebody can't steal in Vegas is when it was, dude, they taking money out your pocket every day. How many, dude, they always win, man. They always win. Oh, man. You used to box? No, I didn't used to box. I'm a boxing fan that likes to get, dude, you just have to think your way through, okay? There's always somebody trying to get over. There always is. If there is a way to get paid there will shortly thereafter be a way to scam it. Okay, there just will. With the LDBC, y'all may not like that I say this. The LDBC gets to be strong. There are people scamming on, people will scam on it. Okay, that's just what it is. Everybody's trying to get over. So people scam. The idea that Tyson Fury, a traveler in people that, and this is no slight on travelers, but they got game. Ain't they the ones that are doing like the tarot cards and all of that stuff? Those dudes be working in circuses and all of that. Dude, boxing and circuses. Dude, they're bare knuckle fighters. Just don't act like these dudes is Puritans, man. Like, that's why I think that the problem is, like, you guys look at these dudes like you look at Tyson Fury and you do not see a degenerate. When I see him, I see a degenerate. Because I'm not confused because he has blue eyes. That's all it can possibly be. Because there's no way anybody would be defending this guy otherwise. And he knows it. Because over there in the UK, they weren't putting up with none of that from him. They were like, dude, this dude is just they're like, dude, this dude is just a get-over artist. And they know it. But y'all defend him to the death. So y'all can make that money over here. But he's not going to make that money over here no more. Because his reputation is already shot. So Johnny, whatever his name is, Johnny Lee and Tony Bellend, all them dudes to say whatever the fuck they want to say. Okay? Don't nobody care what you think in the United States. Nobody. Okay? Nobody. You're just trying to make enough noise where maybe you can counteract what's going on. Now I want to test something for you. Ain't that I'm out of water. These guys tried to pull something on my video yesterday that I thought was really funny. Your bots, you go too far with your bots. Okay, Tyson, let me tell you why you're exposing yourself with your bots. Because if I have a video with 20,000 views on it, and if I have 20,000 views, I'm going to have roughly 2,000 likes and roughly 200 dislikes. The math is always the same for me. Always. You know why? Because I'm very, very, very consistent. In almost everything I do is very, very, very consistent. Very, very, very consistent. So I know what my numbers are. You all sent a campaign at my video the other day. And I know that is because all the numbers were the same. The first 50 comments were all negative comments about Deontay Wilder, and they all repeated the same three themes. Same three themes, written slightly different, but dude, if there's only 200 dislikes on the video, why is there 60 comments in a row and nobody that liked it had a comment anywhere near the top? Because you're trying to inundate my comments and just say bad thing after bad thing after bad thing after bad thing. And you know what I like to do? I like to sit there while I chill with my CBD. I be in my backyard with my CBD like this. Delete, 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 until I get to a comment that is reasonable. Then I will be like, okay, that is where the campaign stopped. That's where they started the campaign. So whenever you run these campaigns on my channel, whoever y'all are, I will get rid of all of those comments and you can redo them. Now, I know that is going to help whoever you're paying because they have to do it over again. But I'm telling you, it's very, very obvious what you're doing. You're going to people's Wilder videos and you're inundating them with negative comments from the same group of people who are paid to do that. Because you have the same message. Why isn't JD's held responsible? Bet you'll just say it a different way. Why is JD's? It's the same argument. Why is JD's isn't responsible? JD's shit is responsible, right? JD's, what about JD's? What's the other one you guys used to say? How could you say this without any proof, right? Just the same ones. No questions like, Fannon, hey man, that's some horse shit you on. You know, not just some real stuff from a human being. You know, no, somebody that don't really know boxing that you guys are paying to try to crap on people's channels, dog. And that's all it is. And they always get deleted. But let us move on. Michael Johnson, Boxing Talking More. You hear Alexander Flores purse withheld? Yeah, absolutely. Because they're going to try to say he took a dive. So they didn't call the PBC crooked. Why top rank is blatantly crooked. Of course I saw that. It's called retaliation. It's called retaliation. They're not going to do anything with that. The guy got hit with an arm. Oh, but you know what they'll do? They'll change it to a no contest or something because they believe in taking care of boxing, right? When it's Luis Ortiz that they think cheated, oh yeah, let's go get him. Because he doesn't matter. Because he's not so big that it will affect their money. Didn't they also just say that same thing about Gervonta Davis last week, but the WBC got caught? Well, it's next week too. It's going to be there. It's going to be the Errol Spence Jr. It'll be Errol Spence Jr. Danny Garcia too. Every accusation that we made against Tyson Fury, they're going to make against Deontay Wilder, somebody in the PBC, because they want to muddy the waters. They just want to muddy the waters. They want to say, I know you are, but what am I? I know you are, but what am I? It's just that childish shit. Okay, if they did it, throw Luis Ortiz out of boxing for the rest of his life. Cool. Now go get Tyson Fury. Man, there's a $50 super chat that I did not see. Jay Brown said, boxing is dangerous with loaded gloves and steroids. If you cheat in boxing, that's criminal because you freaking killed somebody. Look, man, it's actually not criminal. It's not. Unless you can prove that the injuries are something you would not normally experience in a boxing match, which might be the case for Deontay Wilder. Because if Deontay Wilder can prove that he got an injury that should not have happened in a boxing match, that's when he can get him for attempted murder. You can't attempt murder in a boxing ring, dog. You can't. Okay? You can box and know somebody might die because they accepted that response, but you can't get in there with cement on your hands, give somebody an injury that they would not otherwise get in a boxing ring and not be held responsible for that. Yeah, absolutely. That I think there's a chance that could be criminal. Right? Because you're saying, like, yeah, dude, I agreed to a boxing match, but he didn't box me. We're supposed to have boxing gloves on. And his boxing gloves were loaded. I believe they had egg weights. Right? And then why would I believe they had egg weights? Because my doctor said they had to be egg weights. Well, where's your doctor? Here he is. I believe my water was tainted. Why? Because my wife, because my doctor said that I had it in my ear. I had this in my what they call it? What do they say they can give you? Like not aspirin or something like that. They'll be like, yeah, you had this much of that in your system. When did you take that? Did you take aspirin? No, I never took it. Or whatever it was that it was. It was some chemical. But like I said, dude, if you can pay people enough money, dog, they'll come get you. Boxing's not that big, dog. It's really not. You know what I mean? Like, I believe that most of the money in boxing is around boxing. Like, it's around it. It's not in it, but it is around it because there's so much money in so many ways that can be made off those events. So many above the line, below the, above the line, below the line, all kind of different ways that you can get that, man. All kind of ways that you can get. I sit back and think about the ecosystem of boxing and how many ways you can make money. It's pretty. I see why PBC fighters can make money like that because there really is a lot of money that these guys are using for themselves. Lorraine Williams, much love in that super chat. Excuse me. He said, the crazy thing that I keep thinking about is how Fury was so confident about stopping Wilder in 2. We see why. Yes. And that was right about the time. It was the first time he hit him. He said it's going to take me about 2. He said their bot spams the thumbs down. Yeah, they do. And they leave, and these cornballs leave a bunch of comments under a bunch of different names. And they pay people to do it. And I can tell you one of the people they pay to do it. I can tell you one of the people they pay to do it. Because he got caught doing it. Because he made a Twitter post. He made a Twitter post under one name and then forgot to sign in under a different Twitter name, came back and responded to his own comment. Right? It was like Julian talking this, and then Julian responded to Julian. complete and utter horse shit. Phony ass dudes that they trying to sick on you. You know what I mean? They be following you around doing a bunch of diss videos on you, trying to debunk you, dog. Like these, come on, man. There are channels that literally follow me around with everything that I say and make diss videos about it. They seriously make counterpoints to every one of my videos. And then people buy subs. So buy them subs and buy them views so people can act like they really watching that horse shit. The fuck up out of here, dude. We know what bought views are, man. You know what I mean? I can do that too. I can get somebody on the YouTube channel, have them motherfuckers shadow you, saying everything, trying to debunk you with some cornball shit, buy a bunch of views and pay them under the table. All right, man, that shit ain't hard to figure out that you guys do that shit, and it ain't hard to figure out who you do it with. Because why in the world would they be following me around if you weren't paying them to do it? Dog, you know the heat comes from here. You know the heat comes from here. I be holding back the heat usually because I want to be a community member, but y'all already showed me there ain't no community for me other than the LDBC. But in truth, there ain't going to be no community for me. Ain't nobody going to be hiring me, saying, let me come work for me, Fannon, expose boxing. No, none of that shit. Come on, let me interview on your channel, Fannon, so you can expose. No. They going to sit here and listen to me roast you from their desks where can't nobody see them laughing at your ass. And every one of these dudes have listened to my explanations about how to protect themselves from scumbags like you. Because I'm a scumbag like you. I told you I speak snake. Ain't no question about it. How do you think lawyers are criminals? Seriously. You don't think there are lawyers that are criminals? I'm not a criminal. But dude, white collar crime is a real thing. It's a real thing. And you don't think that there are white collar criminals in boxing? You think it's all just people out there just beating up people in the streets? No. There are white collar criminals, like what they did to Canelo and how they got Canelo for like 60 million. And then they want to come out and say with an arbitration clause, so he didn't have no rights. You know? No, you don't know. But I know. You don't know. And you can't find none of these little bumpkins. You can't even find no bumpkins to get it. Because here's the thing. If they were good enough, they may be charismatic, but they don't know the law. They don't know the essence of it, excuse me. Because I don't know all the laws, but I know the law. I know the basic principles of the law. I know what it stands for, what it's meant to accomplish. Okay, I can walk around, I can walk and chew bubblegum at the same time in all of those areas. Your little fake channels cannot do it. So anytime you want to follow me with somebody, I'm just going to up the intellectual level. So then you have to go find a business attorney to debunk me. But you're not going to find a business attorney to debunk me because you can't afford to pay them. Because they don't work for $500 a month and they're not going to be impressed with you flying them around. They're going to be like, dog, that will be $500 an hour. That's what they will say. They will say, thank you very much. I will charge you $600 for a consultation. And then after that, my hourly rate is $300 an hour. What would you like to accomplish, sir? And you will look back at them and say, I would like to accomplish nothing, sir, and walk your ass down the street. Meanwhile, I will sit here because I know what an arbitration clause is. I know what it is, how it works, and why they want it. Clearly explain to you why Canelo Alvarez is in a slave contract. And there ain't nothing you can do about it because everybody knows I'm right. And Eddie Hearn called it one. We used to be able to sign people to slave contracts. Isn't that what Barry Hearn said? How they used to sign people to slave contracts and now they got to call you sir? Hold on, Barry. See how they do you? See, they think they play dumb. See, real smart folk will play real dumb sometimes. Barry ain't done. He's dumb. He still got slave contracts. Bob Arum, told you that Terrence Crawford got a slave contract. He said Terrence Crawford is going to be under contract to me as long as I'm going to be live. I'll be dead before this dude gets about this contract. That's what he said. But there ain't no slave contracts either, right? Tell me I'm lying about that. Tell me that there ain't slave contracts. Dude, I can tell you exactly how to enslave somebody with a contract. Tell you exactly how to do it. I can tell you exactly how they do it. Don't take those advances. Don't take those advances. You know why? Because that's consideration. They paid you. You're locked in. Don't take those advances. Don't take those advances. Say, nah, when you're willing to pay me for a fight, dog, that's when I'll take some money. But if you don't give me some money for a fight, not doing it, dog. Once you give advances and all that, dog, then you owe them. Like, dude, there's so many tricks up, but you can't tell all y'all that because you hate me. Fury, nobody wants Fury as a neighbor, not even his fans. Nah, they don't believe in Fury, dog. They don't believe in Fury. They know Fury's cheating. They know Fury lying. TC React said Virgil Ortiz just signed to MTK Global. Of course he did. Because they're trying to come to the United States. Dude, MTK Global's been trying to sign people in the United States. They want that the United States money. They absolutely should. And then they're going to try to take some of these fighters to the zone. Right? MTK Global. UK management company, right? Owned by the same people that were related to Tyson Fury. Same thing. It's big games, man. It's a big game. And good luck to them. They make a lot of money. Just don't treat black fighters badly. See, for me, all of this shit is cool. Like, I don't mind it at all. Like, I'm the type of dude that really can sit, and you guys are going to judge me when I say this, but it just is what it is. I literally can sit in the room with a bunch of criminals and sit and drink and have a good ass time and not care what y'all do. Don't bother me at all, dog. Don't bother. I have like no conscience in that regard. None. Because I've seen every type of thief that there can be. And the people on the street ain't even the big thieves. We just got Joe Biden in here, dog. Do you know how much money they steal? You know how much money these dudes about to yank? How much money they about to yank? And I'm going to be caring about somebody ticket scalping in the UK? Man, please. Who cares? Just treat big black fighters fairly, man. Don't come to the United States trying to rob people, man. And then act like we crazy when you do it. Now, if you're going to cheat people, become better cheaters. Okay? Become better cheaters. Top Rank gets caught just about every 10 years with some loaded gloves. Just about once every, and it happens when the shit is just so egregious, right? Like the reason that they got busted against was it Collins was because it got caught in the glove check because Billy Collins was his trainer was like when he hugged Billy Collins, I think his name was Billy Collins. When they hugged each other, was like, yeah, good fight. Dude, the trainer grabbed his motherfucker's hands. Was like, hold on. Grabbed his arm, grabbed his motherfucking shit and was like, look, come here, ref. Look at this. No. There's no padding here. That's how he got caught. In the ring. He didn't get caught coming into the ring. And guess who else didn't? When Margarito didn't get caught by a boxing commission, he got caught by Nazim Richardson. Come on, man. But yet y'all continue to act like people can't cheat. I got a couple more things that I want to accomplish in this video, though. Terrence Crawford, you got to get away real quick. I need my fan to be a little higher, man. You got to get away. Terrence Crawford, you got to get away from Bob Arum quick. Okay. Now, do y'all remember when I said all the time I was predicting Lomachenko was going to lose to Teofimo Lopez and why? You remember when I said that? I know y'all said it because I made my money. Because I decided that I was not going to bet with my mind. I wasn't going to bet that fight on who I think could win. I had to bet on the crookedness of Top Rank. And when I bet on the crookedness of Top Rank, I'm successful far too often. So What do I see happening for Terrence Crawford, and why do I say Terrence Crawford, son, you need to go away? And I'm going to say son because, yes, I'm 20 years older than you, and therefore I am old enough to be your daddy. Just what it is, dog. I'm 50-something, you 30-something, lower in the 30s, I'm old enough to be your daddy. So listen to me, dog. Thieves do the same thing over and over again, okay? I know you guys know some thieves. I know you know guys that break into houses. I know you know those type of guys. We all know those type of guys, right? What do? They ride around looking for windows to be open. That's what they do. They drive around neighborhoods just talking shit. Da-da-da-da-da. I got a boy, man, for real. Like I told you, I used to scam, all right? Because the noobs, that's what we did. We scammed, right? So way back in the 90s, let me tell you something that happened to me, dog. I was riding around with my older noob. And my boy was just driving around, and I was like, dude, when we going home, man? He's like, man, don't worry about it, man. We just ride. We riding. Y'all just chill, just ride. Yeah, we just ride. Dog, these dudes stopped right outside. This motherfucker looked out the window, looked up, right? Stopped the car, looked up. He was like, all right, man, I'm going to park for a second. This nigga parked, right? The other dudes who were with me, because they know I ain't this type of dude. I'm not this type of dude. Man, them dudes scurried up the side of that fucking building because they saw that shit open. Dude snatched everything up out that bitch. Was dropping that shit over the thing. Snatched it, put it all in the trunk, dog. Dudes had TV. I was like, what the fuck? We've been driving around this whole time. I never got in the car with them dudes again. But I know what's happening. When shit comes up missing, that's who it is. Okay? If you way up there at the top of some building and you think you okay, leaving your shit unlocked, you are not. Because there are professional thieves riding around looking for you. That is what Bob Arum is. Bob Arum has been riding around the neighborhood looking for fucking open windows his entire career. And you, my friend, are an open window right about now. And let me explain to you why you are an open window right now. Josh Taylor is going to take your belt. Josh Taylor is going to get your belt. I would bet money on it. Like, I need to find one of those websites where I make the bet now. I read something in Ring Magazine that makes me think, dog, they're about to get you, dog. Because they put this shit out on Ring Magazine, right? There's an article where they talked about Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford may never happen, right? And because Terrence Crawford says, you'll see the video, it'll be dropped not too long from now. But he says, right, that the fight may not happen. But I read the whole article because now I'm reading everything that they write. I'm reading the beginning of the dog. You journalists. I'm reading the very first word, and I'm reading that shit to the last period on y'all. Okay, because y'all think y'all slick. The article starts with Terrence Crawford, right, and basically says the Terrence Crawford Errol Spence Jr. fight will probably never happen, and Terrence Crawford don't need him. And then it shifted into the rest of the article was about Josh Taylor. The rest of the article was about Josh Taylor. And then, not two articles below that, I saw boxing scene. Josh Taylor calls out Terrence Crawford. Now, let me tell you how I think that they can get Terrence Crawford. Like, if I was because I'm telling you, I bet on corruption. Like, these motherfuckers is crooked. What they gonna run now? Yeah! And I'm gonna make some money off this shit. Okay? I'm gonna make some money off of it. If Kell Brook beats Terrence Crawford, if he goes the distance, my prediction, Kell versus Taylor in the UK for the WBO. Absolutely. That's what's going to happen. After they throw Terrence Crawford under the bus. But how do they throw him under the bus? Kell Brook goes the distance. That's all he's got to do. If he goes the distance, goes to that scorecard, split decision, controversial win for Kell Brook, there is no rematch clause. There is no rehydration clause either in that contract. So you see that they didn't try to keep Kell small, right? Kell is big. And Kell gave Errol Spence Jr. a good fight. If he can manage to go to the distance, dog, a robbery is very possible. And guess what? No rematch means Top Rank has options on Kell Brook. Because somebody tell me if I'm wrong, but didn't Kell Brook dump Eddie Hearn for this fight? Didn't he? Didn't he dump him? Sci-Fi Scout said criminal law versus a criminal lawyer. Yeah, exactly. That's what it is. A criminal lawyer is something, dog. Now, I ain't no criminal. But I'm telling you, dude, that's the type of crime that I would participate in if I was. Like, without a doubt. Like I see game everywhere. Like, that how people be like, dog, I see game everywhere. Like, there's so many ways to get over, dog. So many ways to get over. Once you see one person get over, and these dudes is getting over, dog. I don't want to forget my topic, though. Raji said, my prediction, Kell Brook in the UK for the WBO. Yep. Mine, too. I'm making sure I didn't miss any super chats. Okay, I think I'm together. They're on a fight-by-fight contract. There you go. Hold on. There you go. So, there you go. No, now, if they're on a fight-by-fight contract, then what that means is that the contract's over. If they were on a fight-by-fight contract, that means the fight's over. The contract's done. You think Eddie dumped him? It doesn't matter. Look, Martha, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Because Kell Brook can fight more top-rank fights. That's what I'm getting to. If he is free to fight Josh Taylor in the UK, dude, you know that's what Bob Arum's going to do. Bob Arum is not going to give Terrence Crawford a rematch with Kell Brook when he can give it to Josh Taylor, and then you don't have to worry about Ramirez and Taylor, right? Because then Taylor, both his belts go to 147, and that frees up belts for Teofimo Lopez. And then they can sell all that shit between Teofimo Lopez and Jose Ramirez. They still have 140 locked down, and then they got one, and then Terrence Crawford goes, and then they'll be crying and acting like everybody's ducking Josh Taylor. And they'll go into the same bullshit Tyson Fury act. Dude, they want those boys, man. Like, dude, there's just, you guys, people like want to say people race baiting and whatever, man. They want to say people race baiting. Dog, you see this play coming, man. You see this play coming. Now, is that why he made the fight? Probably not. But here's the thing. Crooks work on the fly. That's why I'm saying you really can't prepare for a crook. Because the crook is going to he's playing the circumstance. He's not going to do the same thing every time. He is just somebody that wants what he wants more than anybody else, and he doesn't care how he gets it. And that is Tyson Fury. That is Bob Arum. Bob Arum is a cheater. Bob Arum has been cheating his whole fucking career. Been cheating his whole career. That's what in-house fights are. You know that that's not some real matchup, and you're trying to keep the matchup from happening by dumping on everybody else. Dude, could it happen? Is it going to happen? No, I don't know if it's going to happen. I'm not sure. I don't know if it's going to happen to Bud, but I'm saying it can. Like, look down the road, dog. That's why people be falling into traps. Dude, look at the logical extension of what people are doing, what they're saying. You'll be amazed what you can do. You'll be amazed what you can see. And sometimes you'll be wrong, but dog, better to be wrong than to be completely unaware and walking down the street like everybody fucking loves you. They don't love you, bud. Bud, you're the best fighter, been their best fighter. They're going to set you up. It's not if, it's when. It's not if, it's when. They're going to get you because you know they've gotten other people. You know they got Deontay Wilder. You know these people ain't trustworthy. Now, you might not be trustworthy. I can't speak to that. But even if you're not trustworthy, they're not trustworthy either. See, I deal with crooks. I deal with truth. Let me tell you a little secret here. There's a lot of crooks I like. I like them. And I know that they're gaming. I know that they're gaming. Like, dude, I could talk to you on the phone and be completely happy and all of that. Dog, I know you're gaming, but it's cool. It's just that's your game. And I see the game. I'm just not going to bust up the game because I like the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not the type of person that sees somebody cheating in cards and I'm going to jump out there and be like, he's cheating. No, I'm going to look at him like, dog, why are you cheating like that, dog? And if you try that shit on me, it's not going to go well for you. But I'm not Captain Saberho. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be saving people for no reason. Please make all the money you can. Just stop mistreating black fighters. And all y'all crooks, let me talk to y'all black crooks, okay? From one could have been crook to other game. Let me say something. From one reformed scam artist to other scam artists, you would be better off getting rid of the Europeans from your scams. You would be better off because you can't beat them. You cannot. You cannot. So just scam with black people. Because if they want to catch you, they're going to catch you. But, dog, you ain't going to be hanging out there, dog, and at least maybe we can make some fights happen, dog. Don King. Oh, Fannon, you have 78.6 dislikes. You made it. Of course dog, let me tell you something, man. The dislikes are just pointing the direction that they want to go to. Did y'all catch that joke before I let it out of my mouth? I'm trying to make it a PG. I'm trying to make it at least a rated R one, dog. That's the way they go. Dog, you guys, of course you watch me, dog. Y'all been watching me. I know y'all watching me. I mean, what? How could you not be watching me, dog? This is much watch TV. It is, dog, let me tell you something, man. I know I'm talented, okay? I know I'm talented, all right? It's not that easy to do this. It isn't. And I could do it for another 6 hours. I could roast you with the same, because I don't know if you guys have know this or not. I ran a little experiment today. I wanted to see if I could just say the same thing over and over and over again in different ways, flip it, fry it, and keep people's interest. And let me tell you, people love hearing Tyson Fury be called a fool. They love it because all you got to do is just say the truth over and over and over again. This whole chat, all I have done is tell you that he has been a liar and he's a cheat. That's all I've done. And people have been here the whole time, loving every second of it. It's much watch TV. The implosion of the racial system in boxing is much watch TV. Because that's what I'm trying to do. Somebody told me this. Now watch, I have something, okay, for you. I have something for you. Somebody wanted me to explain Neely Fuller Jr. You know who you are. You know who you are, right? You wanted me to explain Neely Fuller Jr. This whole channel is Neely Fuller Jr. Dude, all I'm doing is telling you how racism works. This is how it works. This is all the inner workings of it. This is the gaslighting. Now, if I would have just told you that that's what they were doing and I could not find something that is pretty much innocent, not a lot of people care about nor talk about, right? So I didn't do a channel on politics. I did it on boxing because it was my belief that I could completely expose how racism and white supremacy works by talking about boxing. And I've done it because you see how it works. You see that it doesn't matter what the most important thing is, that people are allowed to mistreat black fighters and they don't see anything wrong with it. Deontay Wilder is being mistreated, and they believe that's how he's supposed to be treated. You see people lying, changing stories, flipping here and there, all just to do what? To make sure you know that Deontay Wilder is inferior. They believe any lie will spread any lie just to make you believe that. We're sitting in the middle of it. You know these people do not believe this. This is more obvious than the Rodney King beating. I am literally giving Tyson Fury a Rodney King beating. And they acting like he ain't getting an ass whooping. They just turning their eyes. No, dude, the LDBC has Rodney King surrounded, stomping on him. But really, the way that I meant it was the other way. I really meant it the other way. You guys are watching this beating take place on Deontay Wilder, and you are just looking at it on TV and doing exactly what you did when it happened to Rodney King. You stood around and made a bunch of excuses about what Rodney King shouldn't have been doing and what role he played in it. It's the same thing, but you're doing it to Deontay Wilder in boxing. The same thing where people put their knee on the neck of George Floyd and you just watch this dude die. You're doing the same thing to Deontay Wilder, but it's just the press trying to make his career, trying to put their neck on his career and let all of the air go out of that right in front of everybody, knowing perfectly well what's going on. Am I lying? Or is this not the RWS playbook? Just like Neely Fuller Jr. said. If you want to understand what racism, what it is and how it works, unless you understand racism and what it is and how it works, everything else you do, everything else you think you know, or everything else you know will only confuse you. So you guys are going to run around trying to figure out why they will never support Deontay Wilder. Well, why is it that they keep saying Lomachenko did so much and he's only got 12 fights, but yet Crawford's got twice as many fights and he's not done as much? The numbers don't make sense, right? You'll be running around trying to figure out why Bob Arum is trying to sell Eastern European fighters while we got a whole country full of great fighters here. You'll be running around trying to figure that out. But the answer is right there. Because they do not want to see that. That's not what they want. They do not want. Look at every successful black champion that looked anything like Deontay Wilder, that behaved anything like Deontay Wilder. If he was not a good old boy American flag waver, he got dumped on. Everyone. From Tom Melinaw in the late 1700s to Jack Johnson to Harry Wells to Sam Langford to Joe Louis. As soon as Joe Louis was cool while he's waving that flag, but when he wasn't, give me that tax money, boy. You are not going to be strong. You're going to go to bed broke. It's how they did Joe Louis. How did they do Sonny Liston? How did they do Muhammad Ali? How did they do Larry Holmes? Dude, Larry Holmes had the audacity to beat up Jerry Cooney. You think he ever got the treatment he deserved? They did the same thing to Mike Tyson. And now you see it's Deontay Wilder. It's just all on him. Like you don't see these things. Everything you say is irrelevant until Wilder sues. No, it's not, because you're sitting here listening, Kevin. See the stupidity that they will try to put out there? No, it is not. Deontay Wilder suing doesn't change what I see. I see the gloves. I see the gloves. What do you mean it's irrelevant? Deontay Wilder doesn't have to say a thing. Because I know, and you know, and so does everybody else in this chat know that he cheated. You just hoping. What about Mexican fighters? They're great fighters. I don't know what you're talking about with Mexican fighters. I don't know of any great Mexican heavyweights. I just don't. If you can tell me of a Mexican heavyweight that was mistreated, then I'll be more than happy to add him to the list. I think there's only been one Mexican heavyweight, and he ate his way out of his belt, and that's Andy Ruiz. So, no, there is no Mexican fighters being treated like that, dog, because there's no Mexican heavyweights that have been in that situation. And again, the only one that there is one that I could think maybe could be it was Andy Ruiz, but he got his rematch. He had to honor the rematch clause. He wasn't able to walk away from it like Tyson Fury. But let's talk about Mexicans. Yeah, I'll say that for sure. I'll say that. Oh, yeah, for heavyweight, there's a bunch of Mexican fighters all around the place, dude. And I mean, I'd have to look into that. But I'll say this, I highly doubt that there aren't Mexican fighters that have been treated that way. I know Canelo Alvarez was getting treated like that when he fought Gennady Golovkin. And I was just amazed at the different treatment that he got for Gennady Golovkin. Dude, as soon as, man, everybody loved Canelo on that side of the street until he fought Gennady Golovkin. And then all of a sudden, he was what? He didn't fight like a Mexican because he's slipping around too much. Man, come on, man. But look, I got to get out of here. Man, go make sure you go check out the other live streams coming up today. Check out my man BFTB. Blue Blood's going to be on. KQKC's on. 78 may be on later tonight, man. Y'all do all that. But thank you guys so much for your support on the channel, the support in the super chats. This is a lie. That is just a lie. The most oppressive thing to ever happen to black boxers is Don King. Really? Was Don King the one that didn't allow a black fighter to have a shot at a heavyweight championship for almost 20 years? See, you guys are just liars and you're stupid. The most oppressive thing to happen to black fighters? Damn. What do you mean? Like a guy like Sam Langford not getting a shot at a championship title ever because nobody would fight him? Always, it's the black man, it's the black man. Yeah, whatever, dog. Sure. Holla. Anyway, with that, I'm out. Peace.